What's up, everybody? Jim Edwards here. We're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes. Something's weird going on with my camera. Hopefully that will straighten itself out. I hope. That's not very nice for it to behave that way. Check something. Stu is going to be here in a few minutes. He had to go help his wife with a flat tire. So I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe my internet speed is jacked, but we'll hold the good thought that it will sort itself out here in a second. So, welcome everybody. Not sure what we're going to talk about today. I was hoping to do a little impromptu survey while we're waiting for Stu to get here. But this is acting really, really weird as far as the jerkiness. Let me check something real fast. Just give me one quick second. I'm going to test. I don't know if this is a StreamYard issue. I was able to go live earlier. It wasn't a problem. So I'm just going to check my speed and see what's going on, see if there are any issues. So in the comments, while I'm looking like that Max Headroom from back in the day, let me know if you can at least hear me. My ping is good. My download speed is good. It's going to test my upload speed, but I'm wondering if something is funky going on with you guys can hear me, but it's weird. Yeah, Susan, I'm going to have you jump on as well and just see if it's me or if it's StreamYard. So I'm shooting you the link. All right. So it's saying that the connection's unstable. Yeah, I know the video's jerky. Let me add Susan to the stream.
Hey.
It's saying the connection's unstable. Yeah, I know the video's jerky. Let me add Susan to the stream. You can do the show.
Oops.
You're going to do the show, so I'll see you. It's going to be the Susan and Stu show, S&S.
Wow, I can't let Stu in.
Oh, sure you can. That's weird because my speed test I just did showing my download speeds at 455 and my upload speeds at 25. My ping's at 12. So that's strange. Yeah. I don't think that restarting the computer would help, but I'm wondering if I should. Let me leave and come back.
Okay.
And I'll be right back. So you're on your own.
Oh, yay, fun.
Maybe that's dangerous. I'm just playing.
Well, I still can't let Stu in if Stu shows up.
I sent him the link.
Okay.
He can get on his own, but you probably can't add him. All right, yeah. We'll give it a sec. I'll be right back.
Okay. So Jim is gone to, I guess, restart his computer or the internet because he looked like an 80s robotic, I guess. So he'll be back momentarily. No. So he'll be coming back momentarily. And I'm not sure, well, there he is. Yeah, you're moving better, but I can't hear you.
Oh.
Now I can hear you.
Oh, man. Okay.
But you're moving better.
So, hey, it's the magical salve for anything is just restart. That's always the thing. So, okay, so while we're waiting for Stu, Susan, you can be here with me. It's like maybe I'm afraid to be alone. Maybe I just don't like, that's not fair. I'm perfectly happy to talk all by myself.
Yeah.
But what I think it'd be a fun thing to do, let's do an impromptu survey. So we got like 5 other people besides us here.
Okay.
that I can see. Maybe you can monitor over at Jim and Stu Show. But we're going to start doing some challenges, and I wanted to get some votes from people on the challenges that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to put a list up here of potential challenge topics that we could do, sprints, just like we did the 7-day ebook challenge before. I'm going to put a list up here, and then we're going to take a vote. So the first one, we'll say A is, we'll call it Avatar / Ideal Customer Challenge. And this would be where we went through and day by day got really super clear on our avatar. And it would be super in depth. Second one would be, we'll call it Daily Content Sprint. So this would be getting in the habit of creating content every single day and using it to be able to get traffic to your website, build your reputation, build your tribe, all that good stuff. The next one would be your irresistible, I can't spell this, but irresistible, I think this is it. Irresistible offer.
What? That didn't come with spell check? What's wrong with that board?
It doesn't. It's a crock, man. It's a rip. It's a scam.
Such a shame.
It's a scam. Irresistible offer challenge. So how to come up with an irresistible offer. Then, I gotta, in the theme of let's switch colors, purple. And then D, so Avatar Ideal Customer Challenge, Daily Content Sprint, Irresistible Offer Challenge. Next one is Big Money Sales Letter Challenge. So get your, that says challenge. Big Money Sales Letter Challenge would be to get your sales letter done in a week. I mean, like really get it done super awesome in a week. And then the last one, I got one more color. Probably gonna be hard to see, but I have to use a different color. The last one was the VSL, Big Money VSL. Big Money Video Sales Letter Challenge. So basically how to come up with the script, then how to turn it into a sales letter. I'm going to show you some things that you can do where you don't even have to get on camera or anything like that. So, okay. So this is where you, the people paying attention at home, get to play the game. All right. And that is, this is how you vote. Now, don't do like they do in some elections, which is vote early and vote often. I want everybody to put in one letter for your number one thing that you want, that you would want to challenge. Don't worry if it was free or paid or anything like that. Just tell me which one of these would you want to do, your number one, okay? And then I'm going to tally the votes. And if you don't vote, this is going to kind of make the show suck. So now let me ask you a question. I mean, while everybody's voting, Susan, do you see this? Why would they have white as a choice on a whiteboard? You might have a
black background.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad. It's always good to have an adult in the room.
Today.
All right. So
later on, might not be.
I'm gonna choose dark purple. Okay.
Carlin says that's the right order. We have a vote for C and a vote for B.
Oh man, I locked the thing up. How the hell did I do that? I just locked it up by making fun of the color. It heard me make fun of the color, and now it's locked up. I'm gonna have to restart it. So
it's a closed valve.
Oh, maybe it unstuck. Yay, it unstuck. Okay, I'm gonna start recording. Just read them off to me. Which one?
Got to vote for B.
Okay.
Carlin said they're all in the right order. And it says B for him right now.
Okay, good.
C.
Okay.
From Joseph.
Okay.
That's all that I'm seeing at the moment.
Come on! There's like 12 people here, including Stu. All right, Stu finally showed up. Y'all
Hi,
need to
Stu.
vote, man. It's your responsibility. So, Stu, this is what we're doing. Since you weren't here, I'm doing some impromptu polling.
Sweet.
And so I put up these 5 potential topics for challenges. And so, 5-day challenges, Monday through Friday, get something done by the end of the week thing. So Avatar, Ideal Customer, Daily Content Sprint, Irresistible Offer Challenge, Big Money Sales Letter Challenge, Big Money VSL Challenge. And so now everybody has to vote. And there are some people who have not voted. I'm going to start calling people out. Vicky, you haven't voted yet. What
Yes,
is your
she did.
vote? Oh, she
Vicky
did? I'm
voted.
sorry, Vicky. What did she say?
She said B.
Well, how many,
Who's
we
your
got
B?
2 B's, and so we
Carla
got how
and
many?
Vicky are your B's.
So we got 3 B's.
No, we have 2 B's and we now have 2 C's because Anna. Has
Vicky
voted
said
B.
Vicky said B. Bob says B over
Oh, I
on
don't see
YouTube.
Bob.
And
I'm not on
so
YouTube.
you don't see that one. You don't
But I
see.
can fix that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
No,
thought
my
you could,
bad.
I'm the only one who can see in God mode, I guess. So, all right. So, Joseph said C. Bob said B. Peter on LinkedIn said B as well.
Oh, I fixed it.
Interesting.
And we got a B. Yeah, on LinkedIn. Oh, I didn't show up.
Okay. What's your vote, Steve? Stu. What's your vote, Stu? It was almost the Stu and Susan show because my video wasn't working. That probably would have been a good show.
It'd been fun. I got to get to tell you about my whole tire changing story. That was fun.
Which one would you go for?
Anything Avatar for me. I think
Okay.
just Avatar, just keep hitting it to the end of the year.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other votes? Okay, so now, and Carlin's saying that's the right order. That's interesting. All right, so now what we're going to do is everybody gets to vote again because, well, this is a democracy, so you get to vote twice. So now what I want you to do is give me your second choice. Don't be like, oh, let me stack the deck and vote for my original choice again. So I'm going to record this in a different color. Now, everybody who voted or anybody who didn't vote before, now vote for what is your second choice. So again, it's A through E. What is your second choice? What's your second choice?
Mine is C. Irresistible Offer.
Okay.
Which segues quite nicely into the podcast that we're going to do next.
Sweet. All right.
Joseph
So
says B. I figured out how to see the overall. Vicky says
cool.
A. Bob says C. Peter says A. Carlin says A.
Okay. All right. So this is pretty much the order we're going to do them. I just wanted to make sure anybody cared. So this is the order we're going to do them. So more details to come in future, as they say over there. So I appreciate everybody's feedback and stuff. So one other little update. I should have the first draft of my book back from my editor by next Monday. So the Secrets of the Avatar book. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to be editing the crap out of that, I'm sure, between now and the end of the year. And then, Stu, are you up to do what we did last time again with you can basically sit there and I'll read you the book and then you can ask me questions at the end of each chapter?
Sure.
Are you up for that again?
We'll do that before bedtime, or is this a morning thing?
I think you probably want it more as a morning thing.
Just joking.
But yeah, absolutely. Cool. So Susan, thank you for filling in for Stu. You did a great job.
Thanks.
Have I ever told you, Stu, that Susan does all the workouts too? I send the workouts to her, and she does the workouts.
And Chris does. My daughter does them with me too.
Nice.
Yeah.
They crush them, man. So
that's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Susan. I'll talk to you after a while. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, everybody.
Hey.
So tell us your quick story about your tire changing.
At
story.
8:30, 30 minutes before the show, my wife calls me, and she's taking our dog to the vets, which is about 15 minutes away.
Is Parker okay?
Yeah, he just has to get his leg x-rayed. It's not 100% healed yet. Like it pulled muscle, maybe ligament issues. I'm not sure what's going on. But it could be a pretty serious thing. But we're just ruling out everything. But anyway, she has a flat tire on the way there, and she has an 8:45 appointment that she needs to hit. And so I drive there at 8:30 to go trade cars with her. And in the process of me getting back, I have to change the tire in order to get back here. So I did my best Luigi impersonation on Cars, the cartoon. You remember it? Pit stop.
That's right.
And I actually timed myself 8.5 minutes to change the tire.
Nice work.
From opening the trunk and putting the spare back or the old tire back into the trunk and closing it, 8.5 minutes.
Was this on a major main road, or was it on a side street?
No, luckily it was in a gas station parking lot. It had a gas, she tried to pump it up with air, but air was coming right out of the tire. So she was like, I got a flat. And even Fix-A-Flat, I took a can of Fix-A-Flat with me because I always have a spare here. And the Fix-A-Flat, first time I ever seen it, Fix-A-Flat was flowing through the hole.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, got to bring on the pit stop. So Luigi came out, and we cranked out the pit stop, 8.5 minutes.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Fragile. That's the fragile. You remember that when he called that? Not fragile. Am I fragile?
That was a great show.
Those were great movies, man.
Pit stop.
All right. So we're glad you're okay. We're glad you're safe. Great job. It does not surprise me in the least that you timed yourself doing it.
It's the only way to do it. It made it fun.
There you go. So what are we talking about today on the Jim and Stu Show?
Jim and Stu Show, we have kind of a couple part question from kind of a newbie into the selling using, sales copy created from Wizards. And the question came, it's on the Facebook, the sales copy writing content marketing hacks Facebook group. And I thought it would just be a good one to kind of touch on. Okay. And it might be I think these may be very quick answers, but we'll see. So how do you guys choose your angles to market from? Different people, different reasons to buy. I think that question is kind of like saying, without understanding the avatars, kind of like hinting around at how do you figure out how to angle your sales copy to your market?
Well, okay. The way I take that is actually not, I'm going to assume you understand your avatar, don't understand your avatar. The angle, you've got to understand your avatar, but once you understand your avatar, there are a bunch of different angles, main angles that you can take with sales copy, or whether it's a full-blown sales letter or an ad or a story, quick video. There's always some kind of an angle. So you have a lot of choices. You can use one of their hot buttons. So if they're one of their, I don't know, let's say their short-term desire is to get more clicks, then it's like, need to get more clicks? Check this out. I mean, that literally you just trying a whole bunch of different angles once you understand the avatar. Another way to look at angles, though, is on page 16 of Copywriting Secrets, where we list off the 10 reasons why people buy. So make money, save time, avoid effort, escape pain, whether it's mental pain, physical pain. That is also, you can use the hot buttons and the angles. So you know that their short-term desire is to get more clicks to their website. Okay, get more clicks to your website so you can make more money, so you can save time finding customers. So you see what I mean? You can combine a hot button with a reason why people buy. How to create amazing sales copy so that you don't have to pay a copywriter. I mean, that goes right there with save money. How to use scripts to create amazing sales copy so you can get it done in 1/10 the time. What's that? Save time. So that's where you start taking these things. You taking the avatars, hot buttons, and you're taking the reasons why people buy, and you're combining them to create these super angles.
And then test.
And then
Test to see what works.
Right.
That's a good answer. There is a part 2 to this. Are you finished with
I was just gonna write it up there.
Let's do it.
It's hot button. Plus angle, top 10, and this creates what could be considered a super hook.
There you go. Dang, Jim, where'd you pull that out of?
I pulled that straight out of my ass, Stu.
That is good stuff.
But that is good stuff. And so what you could do is literally that gives you unlimited angles to test. Because if you've got 25, 30 different, I shouldn't have said I pulled it out of my ass. I apologize. I pulled it out of my nether regions.
I was a little bit offended. I was offended.
You were in the Navy, Stu. Very little that I could do could offend you, okay? Let's just be real. You also hung out with Alden Mills.
That's
was
true.
like the best man in your wedding. You're telling me saying that offended you. There's a disconnect.
Good point.
But the point is you've got, just even in the avatar, you've got 20 or 30 different variables, plus you got 10 different angles. I mean, dude, that's 300 different angles that you could test to find one. This is something cool. I just had a little insight here.
I love it.
This bears additional thought.
Nice.
So anyway.
That's why I throw these softballs at you, Jim, because I know you can pump out something from your nether regions.
Thank you. You think about my nether regions a lot. Again,
it's a vast area of knowledge.
Hey, something that we did yesterday that was fun on the Jim and Dean show. This is something to think about for just for future. And some of the people that were here were there yesterday, but we used egg timer to do. We started doing this thing where we gave each other like just a 1 minute to answer a question, and we had the egg timer up on the screen, so it made it a lot of fun. I don't know if this is useful or anything like that, but I mean, you put in 1 minute, and so it starts counting down. You get a minute to answer the question. It made it like a game show. It was a lot of fun.
Well, let's do that with the last question, Jim.
Okay, well, ask me the question, then I'll reset it.
Yeah, go ahead and reset.
No, I'm gonna wait. I get the whole time.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's say, when it comes to market research, what are you looking for specifically?
So when it comes to market research, what am I looking for specifically depends on why I'm doing the market research. So if I'm looking for hooks, then I'm looking specifically at ads and other things that I know are getting a lot of traffic and a lot of traction. If I'm looking for ideas for products or ideas for, just angles and hot buttons, I'll go to Amazon and I'll look at popular products. I'll pretend like I'm who I think the customer is. So I'll do these general searches trying to find stuff. Then I'll look at the most popular products and books and stuff. And then I look at the reviews, and I want to look at the reviews in different ways. I look at the 5 stars to see what people are happy with. I look at the 1 stars to see what the people are just pissy about. And then the 2, 3, and 4 star ones are where people will tell you what's missing that they wish they had gotten.
Nice. That's 1 minute. Are you finished?
That's my 1 minute. Yeah, that's my 1 minute answer. But Carlin just had an amazing idea. You should test those 1 minute questions as ads on Facebook. That's a really cool idea.
Okay.
No, I think you know why that's a cool idea, because people they're going to watch the counter timing down, the timer counting down, not the counter timing down. And
so it's
see,
a 1 minute ad.
It's a
That's
1 minute
awesome.
thing, but you're actually timing it out.
That's fun.
Okay, so we're going to ask you the question, Stu. So Bob just asked a question from YouTube. Ready? I already know the answers.
Okay.
But okay, the question is, Stu, what are your top 5 exercises?
Ooh, I love that. Pull-ups, number 1. Bench press, max reps of your body weight, number 2.
That's quick.
Let's see. 500-yard swim. And I'm thinking like a test. If I were to make my perfect test.
That's fine.
Hanging knee ups.
I like those, actually.
And let's do some leg work here. Probably go with like a kettlebell goblet squat.
Okay.
5.
What's a kettlebell goblet squat?
It's just you hold the kettlebell here and you do squats. And if you were to time it, you do many as you can in 2 minutes or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do like another one too. No, it's just another way to do it. No burpees. Absolutely no burpees. That would not be in my top 50.
Buck burpees.
Yeah, burpees are just horrible. I do them, not because I like them. No. So there you go.
All right. That's good. That's a good one. That was good. Any other questions? See, this is fun. This makes it fun as opposed to, oh, Jesus, is he ever going to get to the damn answer or get to the end? This makes it fun.
I would agree. That is fun.
Okay, so anybody else got a question for Stu or me before we launch over into the podcast? Why do burpees suck? That'd be a really, really, really fast answer because they do.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. There's something in here. All right. So I'm not seeing any questions. So was there anything else we wanted to talk about, or do we want to launch over into the podcast?
I would say let's go ahead and go into the podcast.
Okay. So we are going to...
It's actually a really good segue into the podcast today.
Oh, cool. All right. Hey everybody, Jim Edwards here, along with Stu Smith. Welcome to the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks podcast. This is episode 138. Oh my goodness, 138 podcast episodes. If that isn't something for your mama to be proud of, I don't know what is. So, Stu, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. And this is not only 138, it's part 3 of a 3-part series that we started a few weeks ago, with part 1 being the hook, part 2 being the story, and part 3 being the offer.
Nice.
Hook, story, offer, podcast trilogy.
Excuse me. It's a good thing you're organized because I didn't remember any of that stuff.
I mean, it'll take us longer than a minute to discuss.
All right. So, got any questions to guide me here?
Want me to lead off with this one here? I'll throw you a couple softballs. Okay. Here you go. So what makes a good offer for content marketing? All right. Then let's discuss some of the many ways to get deep into the psychology of sales copy, writing a good offer.
Okay. So when you say what makes a good offer for content marketing, do you mean like if you're doing some content marketing and then you're making an offer at the end of like a video or an article or a Facebook Live or something like that?
Well, you know what? That's a good part. That's another part of my follow-on question. My follow-on question is, when is it a good time to post the offer or buy now button in such marketing? Whether it's an article, a video, do you do it right up front? Do you put it in the middle? Just depends?
Okay, so let's take a step back. This is what Stu, all my friends are learning how to wind me up. It's like, I'll just ask Jim an open-ended question and then he starts doing stuff. So I want you to think about something. If we're just going to talk about content marketing in general, okay, what is content marketing? Content marketing is where you put content out into the world, whether it's on social media, in your blog, and email, other people's blogs, all the third-party authority sites, all kinds of stuff. And it is designed and intended to help people by answering questions, leading them to figure something out, establishes you as the expert. Typically, it is based around what I call a symptom. What we mean by a symptom is they have a specific problem, a specific question, a specific issue that they're trying to solve. And so they find your content either directly or indirectly, or through somebody sharing it with them, or doing a search on Google, however they find it. But that piece of content is addressing what their current focus is right now. So for example, the way I found Stu was I was looking for information on how to increase my pull-ups. I found somebody talking about how Stu had helped them get ready for a Go Ruck Heavy, which is a 24-hour endurance event. And I said, well, a Navy SEAL probably knows how to do pull-ups. So I found Stu's site through that guy, found an article, saw that Stu had a PT club, and I immediately joined at his most expensive thing. So that was because of content marketing. I was looking for something, I found content, and then it led me to the next step. So the way to think about this is everybody has been to the big box store, you know, the Sam's, all right? Maybe it's Costco or whatever. And you go in there and you load up your buggy with like everything, not just anything, but everything goes in that buggy, right? And it's not just like a thing of cereal. It's a bale of cereal. It's a bale of toilet paper. It's not 12 rolls. It's 36 rolls, and you know we might need more. It's not a thing of mayonnaise. It's a gallon of mayonnaise that goes bad. But also at Sam's Club, they have these people that are standing in front of something, and it's usually cooking, all right? Maybe it's in the microwave, and they're handing out pieces of burrito. And the person's sitting there with the little chef hat on, and they're like, hey, would you like a piece of burrito? And you say, sure, I'd love a piece of burrito. And then you take the piece of burrito, and it's kind of greasy and it's kind of mealy, but you haven't eaten and you've been smelling this thing, and damn, that smells pretty good. So then you walk over to the freezer where they have a box of these things, and you grab one and throw it in your cart. And then 6 months later, you are cleaning out the freezer, and you have to throw that away because you ate 2 of the burritos and they're all freezer burned. But this is content marketing at its finest, not the part about throwing them away at the end because you didn't eat them, but it's literally, hey, would you like a nice tasty bite of burrito? Would you like to learn how to do more pull-ups? I found an article, Stu has a thing he calls the pull-up push, how to be able to do more pull-ups in 2 weeks. Only do it every 6 months, though. Don't do it all the time. You're going to hurt yourself. So then the invitation at the end of the content is, hey, would you like to take to next step? Would you like to take the next step? It's just a simple invitation. It's a logical next step. So that's what content marketing is. It's giving people a juicy bite of the steak and then saying, hey, we got steaks on sale. I know that sounds overly simplistic, but that is exactly what it is. So there you go. Did that answer your question? I think it did.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thanks. Everything I needed to learn about whiteboarding, I learned in kindergarten.
Well, how about this? Let's part 2 of that question was, let's discuss some of the ways to get deep into the psychology of your sales copywriting with a good offer.
Okay. So if we're talking about what makes a good offer, you basically got to know. All right. There's 2 things you got to know. And there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. The time to create your offer is not after you've already created your product. That's number 1. That is like, because if you try and do that, you're trying to make your product fit into the offer. But if you make the offer first and then go create the product and the other stuff to fulfill on the offer, you're not limited psychologically or physically by an existing product. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So Stu says, so for example, Stu has a book called what's the thing for fitness after tactical fitness after 40, or what's
Yes.
the name of that book?
Yeah.
Okay,
Tactical Fitness 40 plus. Yeah.
Tactical fitness for 40 plus. Now let's say that Stu wanted to create an offer for people that are over 50. Well, immediately it's like, well, the book says 40 plus, so I can't do it, so I might as well just stop. No, I'm serious. It's literally that kind of thing. But if he says, okay, I'm going to create an offer for 50 plus fitness, and it's tactical fitness 50 plus. Okay. For those of you who don't know what tactical fitness is, in a nutshell, it's basically the ability to save your life, or the being in good enough physical shape that you could save your own life or the life of someone you love by being able to chase down a criminal who kidnapped them or carry them from a burning building.
There you go.
So you got three elements here. You got your avatar. You got the offer. And then you got the deliverables. Okay? So most people start with the deliverables. Oh man, I got an idea for a product. It's going to be amazing. Everybody's going to want to buy it. I'm going to get rich. And then they end up blowing a ton of money on ads and they never really sell it. And they're like, this is a scam. And they go put their hairnet back on and say, would you like fries with that for the rest of their lives? So if you're smart, first thing you do is figure out your avatar, all their hot buttons, what makes them tick, what do they want, short-term, long-term. You're also going to want to know what are their objections when it comes to getting their desires. Now, objections could be false beliefs. Objections can be pretty much anything that they believe is a reason or a thing or a person or a circumstance that is standing in the way of them being able to get what they want. All right? So you got to know, and let me just have two things on here. We got hot buttons. We got big desire, like the number one desire. And then you got to know their objections. Okay, so this is going to enable you to write your general sales copy, but these are the things that are critical for the offer. So you got to know the number one big desire, and whatever the core offer is, whatever the core product is, has to fulfill the big desire. All right, whatever, if you're doing coaching, if you're doing consulting, if you're doing a course, if you're doing a book, if you're doing software, if you're doing whatever it is, okay, the big desire, that's your core product. But that in and of itself as the offer is not enough. And so what you need to do is then look at their objections and address each one of those objections with either a bonus or another component in your offer. So let's say, using the example of Stu. By the way, well, we'll get into that in a minute. Bonus number one, bonus number two, bonus number three. We'll just say you just need 3 bonuses. That's pretty much all you need is 3 bonuses. You load on about 80 gajillion stuff. So the first concern somebody might have, okay, and I'm going to make little notes to myself here. Okay, first one is, I'm really busy with family and career and everything like that. I don't have a ton of time to work out. So first bonus is 10x workouts you can do in 30 minutes or less. Let's call it 10 30-minute workouts. Okay. Everybody has 30 minutes. If you want to find 30 minutes, if you're watching 2 hours of TV a night, get yourself a DVR. Those 2 hours of TV contain 40 minutes of commercials. That's enough time for you to be able, if you cut that out, we're just going to find it in your TV time. And by the way, all you have to do is hit play, and I'm going to do the workouts in real time with you.
Oh,
We got upper body, we got lower body, we got full body, we got cardio, we got mobility. Okay, so boom. We've gotten rid of the first objection, which usually revolves around time. So the second one usually revolves around money. So the money could be, Stu, I don't have a gym near me. I don't have money for a gym membership. I don't have, it's going to cost me, it's just, I don't have money to set up a home gym. Okay, COVID, I don't have money for a home gym. So next bonus is how to get a gym quality workout with common items you have laying around the house. Okay, how to set up, or another thing you could do is how to set up a home gym for under $100. And that's real easy to do. I mean, you can go buy a couple cinder blocks, you get a yoga mat, you get there's just basic stuff that if you have, you're fine. Okay, you could do squats in a chair, you can do bench dips in a chair. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. Okay, so then the last thing is usually around some sort of resource or expertise or other stuff. I mean, the one thing that a lot of people, Russell teaches this a lot in his books. They say, okay, the first thing is about the vehicle, then it's about internal beliefs, then it's external beliefs, and that's great. My thing that I've always thought of is it basically comes down to time, money, and resources, time, money, and expertise, time, money, and something else. Okay, that's literally where most people's objections are. So then the last thing, core desire, the big desire is I want to get in shape. So I'm going to show you how to get in tactical fitness shape, whatever. There's a course, there's all the stuff about that. Then the bonus is, the funny thing is when you start planning out the offer, to me, this is sexier than the other thing. It's like this could become, you looking at these as interchangeable elements, maybe this becomes the main offer, and this other, what was going to be here about the whole thing, general thing about tactical fitness and other stuff, maybe that becomes one of the bonuses. So then the last thing is what's some kind of concern that people have about expertise or knowledge or something, like I can't, what is something that they worry about? They don't know how to do, they don't have access to, what is something else, Stu, when it comes to fitness over 50?
So we did time, money, and I guess the other is just,
but it's time, money, resources, knowledge. Those are the main things you need. Time, money, resources, knowledge.
How to get a wide variety of exercises by being a little more creative and having that knowledge to be able to do that.
Okay,
so that makes sense.
Sure.
Because I just got a great idea for my next program I'm creating.
So variety and fun. How to make sure that your exercise program sticks this time. How to make sure you actually stick with it this time. And that would be through variety and fun and making it fun. Yep. Like just so you know, and I feel like I'm cheating on you a little bit, but I've actually been playing around with a 55 centimeter exercise ball, yoga ball thing to help me do my stretching on mobility stuff. And dude, it's
yeah, good. Do it.
It's amazing. I like it a lot better than I like that damn foam roller. But anyway, but how to make it actually stick this time. Mindset, variety, fun, all that stuff. So now we defined our offer. We're not worrying about anything that well, does it really do that? Does it really define that promise? Does it really do that? So then the next thing that I would do would be to write the sales letter. You know, the funny thing is I think that I'm based. This is going to be in large part the first lesson in the offer challenge. I'm doing the first lesson in the offer challenge. But write the sales letter again without any constraint of the deliverables, so that you can make an amazing offer in a sales letter. Write the whole sales letter, and then finally create the product. Create the product. Do the coaching. Do the class. I love to do this and then do it live to teach what I think they need, and then they can ask a bunch of questions. They fill in the blanks for me, and we make it we just make it bulletproof. That's how I did the 7-day ebook program. That's how I did my mini site. I mean, that's how I've always done it. So this is how I would create an offer. So first step, just so we see this in line, but first step, create the avatar. And that means know their hot buttons, especially know their big desire, their number one desire, then know all their objections around that desire. Number 2, create the offer. Number 3, write the sales letter. Number 4, create the deliverables.
Boom.
So
that is awesome.
There you go.
Not only as a system, but your specifics really inspired a great idea for me. And you may finally get a video of me doing stuff.
I'll believe it when I'm watching it. I've been after you to do that for like 6-7 years now.
I know.
Cool.
Did you watch that Mobility Day walkthrough?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good stuff. You're actually pretty flexible for an old guy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I wish I was that flexible. And Carlin's right. Once again, the fundamental importance of the avatar. Absolutely. And Susan, maybe make a note somewhere or bookmark this or something. Hang on to this one because there's some good stuff in here as far as that challenge that we want to do. Thank you.
Well, how about this for the last kind of wrapping it up question as part of the podcast? Because you made a comment on, taking it to the next step, how, invite you to do this, an offer to buy or maybe a buy now button. Is there a particular place where that belongs? Whether it's a sales letter, it's content marketing, like an article. Where would you want to put that? Pretty
much after you've made the complete offer. Once you've made the offer in a sales letter, that's when you invite people to buy. Once you've given the information in a video or an article, and then it just makes sense. Okay, like here's the value, and here's if this resonated with you, then here's what you do next. I mean, it's literally the hook. If you wanted to take everything we talked about, it's hook, story, offer, invitation.
Okay.
That's
every now and then I place, just for a test, because I have a really good hook, and I place a little offer right after the hook and say, you don't need to read it anymore, buy now.
I do that too. That is a great thing to do in certain circumstances.
Yes.
You can do it in sales copy. I've seen people, there was a big thing that people did for a long time, which was, hey, put a buy button every time you make a claim or make an assertion, then put in a buy button in case they're ready to go right then. I think that has its place. I've done that a bunch in offers that I insert into email newsletters.
Okay.
You used to do that all the time with a by the way stealth close.
There you go.
I would tell somebody, hey, here's this week's article. This is what it's about. By the way, and then it would have nothing to do with it. but their defenses are down, and it's like, hey, by the way, we're running a sale on this, or by the way, we've still got a couple seats left in this, or by the way, I'm doing a thing on this. Click here to find out more. And they're so not paying attention. Oh, let me click. So you got to remember also that the offer, there's a bunch of different stuff people can do besides just buy. They can buy, they can try, they can sign up, they can click, they can call on the phone. So it's not just the offer, but what is the action you want them to take next?
Okay.
So the offer is the invitation in some cases. You know,
Sure.
it's hook, story, offer, and the offer is just an invitation to take the next step, to click, to call. Not necessarily is it to buy. So,
Hey, since we have a little more time, you want me to tell you what happened with my 10-day Halloween challenge?
absolutely, would love to know.
It actually went really well because I didn't share this with you. So I had a
Why do
contest.
you say it like you're surprised that it went really well? Like,
Well, it was kind of a corny last second idea. I gave that
Okay.
thing no thought.
okay,
Like I literally wrote the rules like you do out of my nether regions. Right.
Okay.
I would just say, here's the rules, send a picture, post it on your site, tag me, and use this hashtag, and I'll give you a free ebook. Right. And so I had like 50 people do that.
oh,
Right.
cool.
So it was pretty cool. And I got a lot of submissions, but I only picked 10.
Okay.
Picked 10 pictures, one a day. And if I picked you, you won a free ebook. And you were put into the contest to win a 12-week PT club membership.
Nice.
And during that, however, I had people say, hey, I didn't even know you did personal training online. Yeah, tell me more about it. So I actually had 10 new signups
What?
for personal training in those 10 days.
Oh my God, dude, that's
Yes.
awesome.
It was beyond my expectations. And
Imagine if you'd done it on purpose.
yeah, no kidding. And it was kind of fun. It was just, I'd post a silly, picture of somebody with a mask on doing pull-ups or something. And the guy who dressed as Mike Myers in the gym doing pull-ups was the guy who won. And I actually had, decent standards on it. It was most likes and comments in a 24-hour period it was posted.
Okay.
So that was my standard of picking them. So it was an objective criteria. So people thought. No, it was. And no, it went really well. It was pretty fun. So it was a good little ad push for. And here's what I discovered: it is a
Yes.
perfect excuse to post on your social media an advertisement that is perfectly acceptable to your followers. Because a lot of times people don't like following people that are always posting ads. But this
Right.
way, it gave me 10 days in a row. I was posting an ad about free ebooks, PT club memberships, and just a funny post that has a little humor into it that can, lower people's defenses from the start. So there you go.
That's
10 days.
awesome,
You
man.
can do 10 days to anything and have a contest.
Sure. Now,
Yeah.
why'd you pick 10 days instead of like 5 days or something? And let me ask you this, did people's attention flag over the 10 days, or did it actually increase over the 10 days?
It got stronger.
Okay.
Yeah, because like my first 2 days, I had like 3 submissions.
Okay.
Right. And then after that, it was like, 8-10 submissions a day.
Okay.
And no, it was fun. It was fun.
That's
So-
very cool. I love that 10 people at your most is that your most expensive level, or you have one more level above
One
that?
more level that's higher, but yeah, I didn't have anybody pull the trigger on that one. But 10 new folks. Well, 11 because the guy won it for free. But
Okay.
yeah, so I have 11 new guys. So kind
That's,
of fun.
that's so cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing them, and I apologize for not being a good enough friend to ask what
That
happened.
is quite okay. Quite
Um,
okay.
But what are you
I-
going to do for Christmas?
I don't know. I'm
Or-
debating. I think I
you
may
gonna-
do a 10 days to Black Friday thing, which is coming
Well,
up.
Yeah, I was going to say you might ought to think about that, because I think it's coming up pretty quick. You got a couple weeks.
Yeah. Not sure what I'm going to do on that one.
I haven't made up my mind if I'm doing anything that week or not. I'm taking that week off. I know you can preload stuff and everything else, but part of me just wants to take the week off, man. So, yes, Carlin. Carlin says, thank you for your service, Stu Smith. Happy Veterans Day to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
So if I forget to tell you thank you, Stu. Appreciate that. So what else? Or is that it? Are we good? We done?
Yeah, I guess we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we covered everything that we're supposed to cover. I got to change the tire, and my wife's happy. Everybody's happy.
Well, let me know how Parker's doing. Yeah, I'm worried about the little dude.
Parker's not happy right now. He's under anesthesia getting an x-ray. So.
All right. All right, everybody. Well, we appreciate you being here, and we will see you next week for another Jim and Stu show and the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks podcast. I'd like to invite you, if you don't already have a copy of Copywriting Secrets, this book will help you. It says it right on the cover, so it must be true. How everyone can use the power words to get more clicks, sales, and profits, no matter what you sell or who you sell it to. I'll give you a free physical copy. Just go to copywritingsecrets.com and pay a small shipping and handling. Make sure you pick up the audiobook version as well. That's Stu and I going through the book and giving you lots of extra cool nuggets. So if you liked this podcast, you will love the audio version of Copywriting Secrets. And if they want to get in amazing shape, wearing with or without the Mike Myers mask, Stu, what should they do? StuSmithFitness.com. All righty. All right, everybody have a great day. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.